No, it was fine. It's just like there was like a mass of people have crossing over the pedestrian bridge, and it was something else. So we'll see what the good mayor, has to say.
Yeah, for sure. So he will talk more about that. And then after practice today, I was so excited when I found this out because I spoke him up yesterday. Dr. Gibby, Jack Gibbons, going to join us after practice today. So really looking forward to talking to the Titans linebacker. That'll be a lot of fun. I've enjoyed watching him at practice this year.
Now, explain the doctor name again.
I think Vrabel gave him that. We'll ask him, but I think Vrabel gave him that name.
Now is he an undrafted free agent? He joined it says free agent 22. I don't know if he's ever drafted by anybody. Maybe he was. I don't know.
I think so.
We will find out.
Gibbons and I were not from the same practice. He works in the optometrist people. I work for the dentist people.
Oh,
okay. All
right. Yeah, I think he was undrafted.
Good. Love it. Love the story then. I love undrafted free agents. That's basically you're
22 undrafted free agent.
Basically, you're a walk-on in the National Football League, and the odds of you making it are astronomical. But these guys do it, man. And so, would be fun to talk to Jack Gibbons in a little bit.
Yes, for sure.
Show.
He's been here, for a couple years, so we look forward to talking to him. Heard it in the update that Connor Newt did this morning. The show cause. For Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, my God. Do you think he gives a rat's ass?
What is it you always say? What's your favorite saying?
Stay one step ahead of the jailer.
And that's exactly what he did. Everybody for years was like, oh, when's he going back to the NFL? When's he going back to the NFL? The answer is when the NCAA finally gets off their ass and catches up to him.
Right.
That's when.
Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, who was the coach that went from – he wasn't in trouble, but he's going to get fired. The basketball coach went from Florida to Georgia.
Oh, Danny White's brother.
Yeah. Is that Mike White?
Whatever.
I
think it is Mike White.
Same thing. He was on the cutting edge of getting chopped over in Florida. He had 1 year left. Hey, why not have 1 year here? Give me 5 at Georgia. I'll see you guys later. Coaches always, and this is from my best friend who told me this, we always stay one step ahead of the jailer. That's a prime example.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he did. But it's a joke. I mean, look, anything the NCAA, hands out is a joke. I mean, did he cheat? Did he break the rules? Absolutely he did.
100%.
If you didn't know that, then you were living under a rock. Like, everybody knew that, but it took them forever to go, okay, let's get our investigation going. Everybody, like Derek and Willie have been, I think, calling him Tommy or something, like Tommy with the NCAA, like the
fictional guy.
The phone. Who is it, Dr.
Tommy? Yeah, it's a fictional
He's just
character.
the guy that answers the phone?
That is correct.
Like, that cracks me up. That's so accurate because that's kind of how they are. It's like, hey, what? Michigan's cheating. Should we look into that? Hang on, we're gonna have a couple meetings to talk about what we need to do.
Oh, that's great. It's like and we love Greg Poe. Greg has a great joke about how the NCAA was so mad at Kentucky for their cheating, so mad at Kentucky that they put Cleveland State on probation. That's such a great joke, and it's so true too, man. It is so true in every way possible. But I mean, this is more of a joke of the NCAA doing this. Of anything else. I mean, the show cause. Well, they gave Donnie Tyndall like a 12-year show cause. They gave Kelvin Sampson a show cause.
Yeah.
For basically sending text messages to players when he was in Indiana.
Didn't Bruce get one for
Bruce got
barbecue?
A show cause? It's just such a joke. And so Harbaugh does not care anyway at all. And why should he?
Yeah.
He's gone to the NFL. I mean, he left the fires to burn back in Michigan. And that's it. And that's a problem. That's why we talk about these kids in the portal. They want to. Coaches can leave all the time. So when the players start doing it, it's kind of like, oh, well, what? Don't do that now. Now the players are able to transfer via the portal and all that other good stuff. I think it's an even playing field. That's why I don't mind that. But for Harbaugh, what a joke, man. He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't care. And, now he's with the Chargers and see what he'll do there. But it just the thing that I don't like, and Willie and Derek were talking about this yesterday, this whole taking wins away and taking championships away, like that does nothing. We all like it. Right. Everybody's like, oh, Michigan should be stripped of their championship. what does that do? We all watched it.
Right. Oh, right.
Like-
Hey, my man, big guy. So I got something we got to do here. Big
Okay.
man. Hey, what all these helmets you got here?
That's a lot of helmets.
I mean, we're on the radio, so I want to see who you got. Northwestern, you got Kentucky, he's got Oklahoma State, he's got Arkansas. Is that Boston College? Boston
Auburn.
College, Auburn. All these helmets out here, man. And Maryland Terrapins, that a boy. All right, I'm sorry to bug you, man. I'm sorry, but he's got like
You got distressed. That was it.
Good for you, man.
We're like sitting here talking about it. It's like, wait a minute.
Me, you, and Ricky have this thread about college uniforms and
Yeah.
helmets, and every time one pops up, we share it. So I just see that I'm thinking, oh my God, I got to talk about that. I'm so sorry. All those helmets there. That's very cool because you never see like a Northwestern or Boston College or even an Oklahoma State helmet just pop up right there. And Eastern Washington.
Can I say this too? I know this is a custom, but somebody's got it's a black Titans helmet.
Oh yeah, is
With
that your
the-
helmet too, big man? It's his. That one right here.
That's
That one,
Yeah.
yeah. Can I see that real quick if you don't mind?
this is
I'll
throw
put
it
a
up on
picture
the
on the
stream.
radio. Yes, well on the stream. Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Get out of here.
That is
Can you see
fantastic,
that? I'm
yeah.
not sure. Dr. Crane, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
It's got the oil drip on it. So we were literally talking the other day in our group text that if they did a black helmet with the oil derrick and like like how just much that would pop. That is awesome.
I mean, the oil derrick, I loved it when they were the Oilers, and now even more, they start wearing them twice a year. But God, they look so good. That looks
Yeah,
fantastic.
That's really cool.
How do you get
You're
that
the best.
approved
Thanks,
to
Bob. I
the
appreciate
NFL?
you. Thank you.
What's that?
So you got to get that approved to the NFL.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like, could you imagine if they did like an all black uniform, black helmets, but it's the Oilers and the accents blue and then a little bit of red, the red, white, and blue. You could still work the red, white, and blue in as the accents, but on a black uniform, those blue numbers would pop
Oh, my
so
goodness.
much.
That looks
And then,
really
you know,
good.
like you'd get people that are like, well, black's not their color. Yeah, but it pops. Speaking of, go ahead.
I'm just saying, then you look at that, then you look at the current uniforms, and you're like, oh man, because you know what it could be and what it looks like.
Yeah. Speaking of uniforms, Vandy dropped the new all white,
Not bad.
the icy whites with the gold numbers. Those are nice.
Not bad.
Fire, as the kids say. I mean, they are very nice. I love the white helmet with the gold V on it that they came out with, and now they've done because I think last year they had black numbers on the
Right.
white uniform,
Yeah.
and now they've done the gold ones.
Explain it again with those nuggies.
Okay. But the thing that's cool too is all these schools are unveiling new uniforms. Immediately they're saying it'll be on the video game like on a certain date.
Oh,
so
that's
it's
cool.
like they're dropping to the video game, when they're unveiled. So
I'm an old schoolish on this, old school guy, whatever. But as far as the Vols go, keep the orange. I mean, just blast that orange out there. I don't like the
I
smoky
like-
gray uniforms.
I don't like the smoky gray as much as I like the black.
Every team could have a black
The
uniform. I'm good
the
with
black
that.
is pretty cool.
But I'm telling you, that orange pisses off so many different fan bases that it's fantastic. And when they would play Alabama, it'd go all orange.
Yeah.
Would be just absolutely amazing from top to bottom. It was great. It's like when Notre Dame fans could probably know more about this, but when they bring out the green jerseys, which are rare on occasion, and how they had this amazing
yeah.
record. I think did they do it in the Cotton Bowl? Pete Weber would know this with Joe Montana. They
Maybe.
warmed up in regular uniforms and came out.
they
in
don't
green.
wear it. Like it's every few years
Those look, mwah, they
Yeah.
look so good.
for sure. Coming up next, we will shift gears from uniforms. Mayor Freddie O'Connell is going to join us to talk about everything going on with the Titans Stadium. There is a game this weekend. Parking could be an issue, but the city and the Titans have solutions for you. He'll tell us more about that. It's Chase and Big Joe. We're live today. Titans practice 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Now is the time to get your roof checked out. Go to 5pointsroofing.com to get started today. Look, it's a pretty day. Why not have somebody come look at your roof? Because maybe, in the last few weeks with some of these pop-up storms, we've had some pretty gnarly winds. Maybe you got damage on your property. If that's the case, there's a really good chance your roof needs to get looked at. 5 Points Roofing will come out and do that for free. And then they determine what repairs you need, and they'll take you through the insurance claim process, making it so much easier on you. But you got to get it started by going to 5pointsroofing.com. Go to 5pointsroofing.com today, FIVE pointsroofing.com, and you can get that process started. They'll come out, they'll look at your roof, and get it going. 5pointsroofing.com. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063, the game live today. Titans training camp as the Titans get ready to open the preseason this weekend at Nissan Stadium against the NFC champion San Francisco 49ers. We welcome to the show now Mayor Freddie O'Connell of Nashville, who joins us. Mayor, good morning. How are you?
Morning, guys. Doing pretty well, thanks. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for joining us today. And I look, it's exciting times as the Titans get ready to start their season, but with the new stadium being built next to the current one, that makes parking a little bit more difficult. And we all know that there's a lot in Nashville, and parking is a premium. So how can fans find some good parking when they're going to the game this weekend?
Yeah, lots of changes in the offseason, both in terms of the roster and on the ground. And so we've been working closely. We've got an East Bank team that's been in close coordination with the Titans, and they're asking fans to make a transportation plan for the game. So a couple things on that front that I think fans will want to pay attention to. So for people who are driving the games, there are 20,000 parking spots within a 1 mile radius of the stadium. If you visit nissanstadium.com, they've got a whole section of ways to get there, including parking locations. But we've actually just today announced that we've changed some things also for how the city is providing access. We've got 4 bus routes that are now connected to Nissan Stadium on event days. So we go public transit, our local transit authority is involved there. And then if you visit, again, nissanstadium.com, they've got all the options for how folks can get there.
Very, very cool. So if they want to expand on that a little bit, if they want to use WeGo, where are some of the pickup points and drop-off points after the game?
Yeah, so what I've done a lot for going over to East Nashville for a variety of things, including I will be going over there this weekend for Tomato Art Fest. And the way our family has done it for years is actually to come downtown, park near WeGo Central, and just take one of those bus routes over there. But basically, you can use Quick Ticket. They've got an app for fares. It's just quicktickettn.com. You can preload it. You can get a round trip pass for $4, and then the 4 routes are the Route 4 Shelby, the Route 14 Whites Creek, Route 23 Dickerson Pike, and the Route 56 Gallatin Pike will all get you there. You can board buses at the Elizabeth Duff Transit Center at WeGo Central, or bus stops on Union Street across from the Metro Courthouse. There's lots all over downtown, and there's paid garage parking available at WeGo Central. So a bunch of options there. And so Titans and WeGo have been working with us on coordinating this. So whereas before it actually used to be a little bit of a challenge, and in fact, a lot of times transit was kind of diverted from it. We're trying to make sure people get it. And then, of course, too, the Game Day Express, the Star, is going to be running all season. So people coming from points east can hop on our commuter rail route and get to Titans games as well.
We're talking to Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell on the Chase and Big Joe show this morning. And Mr. Mayor, I'm thinking, the Titans need a preseason, and I think fans also need a preseason, correct? To kind of figure things out, these first 2 preseason games the next 2 weeks, about where to park and everything.
Exactly. I think we're going to be paying close attention to this. We're going to be, getting feedback from fans. It is different over there. If you guys have been by the site, they have been working very quickly on getting the new stadium built. So they're staying on track with their schedule. Obviously, that does change the parking landscape directly adjacent to the stadium, but they've been working very closely with us as a city to make sure that the overall fan experience isn't too disrupted during the season. So these couple of preseason games are going to give us a chance to work out as many kinks as we can so that everybody has a great season.
And it has, Chase and I talk about this all the time. There are plenty of places to park downtown. All too often, we know about one, it's full, and I'm getting frustrated. But, Mr. Mayor, you know this as well. There are plenty of places to park downtown that are convenient. We just got to search those out, right?
That's exactly right. And again, nissanstadium.com the Titans have done a really good job of providing links to a whole bunch of parking resources. For me personally, for years, I've relied on our multiple public garages that provide pretty quick access. I mean, Convention Center that's a public parking location that's easy access just across the Siegenthaler pedestrian bridge. We do have City Hall and Courthouse garage, which again, you can walk right over Woodland Street or catch that 56 bus from just outside City Hall. You do have that parking garage right above WeGo Central that I've parked at many times. So lots of options, and even the library garage. I mean, we've got several garages that are just a stone's throw away that are, usually very reasonably priced even for special events compared to some of the other private garages. But there are, again, come back to it, there are 20,000 parking spots within an easy walk from the stadium. Now, also, the Titans have been very good about accessibility. So there's ADA drop-off locations for guests with disabilities, and they've also been making sure that people can access it if you are about a mile out and you're comfortable getting there in some other way. There's even they've made scooter valet available in front of the Juvenile Justice Center over there. So they've got that. They've got bike racks located all around the stadium with a bike valet service is going to begin in the regular season. So even our cycling Titans fans will have an option to get to the stadium.
Well, for those that were at the Kenny Chesney concert Saturday, and the Lot R was perfect getting in and out of, the men and women of the Metro Police were fantastic navigating people in and out. So there are a lot of people working on this, Mr. Mayor, to make sure everybody has the perfect experience come this Saturday for the Titans game.
There really are. We want closely with our Nashville Department of Transportation, and we go public transit to make sure that people stay both on the roadway at intersections, because we know Titans games also generate a ton of pedestrian traffic. And so, I've walked across the Woodland Street Bridge myself many times. We've made some improvements to the KBB Bridge. We expect there will be a lot of pedestrian activity on those. And so just encouraging folks to be safe as they access the stadium. And it's not, honestly, it's not that different from, this week we had our first day of school for Metro schools, and that's definitely a change in traffic patterns around every one of our elementary, middle, and high schools. But same thing for game day. Just encourage motorists to be patient and have everybody focus on being safe as they get to and from the games, because the biggest thing is we want to cheer on the Titans and have everybody have a good fan experience.
Mayor Freddie O'Connell is here with us on the Chase and Big Joe show. And so now that the process has started, there's construction going on. And you know how this is, that when you do something new and you do something big, you're going to have a lot of people that love it and a lot of people that are skeptical about it. But now that it's happening and there's going to be all these great events that are going to be coming to our city as a result of the new stadium, what are some of the things that you all are thinking about from the city's point of view of wanting to do with this new stadium years from now, and what's some of the feedback that you've gotten?
Well, I think people are excited that we have gotten a lot of the city's priorities kind of baked into the work we're doing to redevelop the rest of the East Bank. We've been working very closely with the Titans, of course. I think that new facility is going to be a really incredible overall fan experience, whether you're going to a Titans game or to a concert or to WrestleMania. I think for the area around it, we've had a lot of people excited about the fact that we're going to be putting some affordable housing there, that we're going to be building some great urban neighborhoods. There's a lot of excitement around the idea of a new Tennessee Performing Arts Center to have, a district that kind of redefines urban entertainment. We've got Broadway on the west side of the river, and I think we may have an opportunity to do something very different that attracts, families and people of all ages, because we will have a lot of people living over there. And so there's a lot of enthusiasm about that. We're going to have a great brand new park network over there, complete reinvention of the greenways as you get up to River North, where Oracle's building their campus. I think it's going to be a great site for jobs, building this all out from an infrastructure and construction standpoint, and then some incredible new opportunities for Nashvillians who want to work in any of these professions that'll be over there. So just really a lot of great stuff to come. And it's I think the most challenging part of all is kind of like what you're seeing right now. Those parking lots are kind of an excavation zone at the moment, and you can see construction starting. There will, for the next several years, be a lot of things that are works in progress over there on the East Bank. So we'll be finishing things in some places just as other things are getting started. So again, there's sort of a, don't mind the construction attitude about it, but as a city, we're focused on making as much of this as we can, as little disruptive as possible.
You just mentioned WrestleMania. So can you confirm that WrestleMania will be in Nashville?
I can't confirm it, but I know there has been a lot of interest in that particular event. Same as I can't confirm a Super Bowl, but I'm aware that there have been a lot of conversations about that. So I think the new stadium is just going to provide all kinds of new opportunities for world-class events, and again, our focus as a city is on making sure people can access that site safely, that people can move around both downtown and the East Bank and the River North area. And so we're putting a lot of work into the infrastructure design. We're working very closely with the Tennessee Department of Transportation on a lot of this stuff. And the focus, again, is on making sure that residents in the area in East Nashville and downtown continue to be able to get beyond their neighborhoods, and that everybody who's trying to get to and from that site has the opportunity to do so. So really do appreciate the work of WeGo Transit, Metro Nashville Police Department, Nashville Department of Transportation, everybody who's been making this possible.
Fantastic. Mr. Mayor, thank you for all this. We really appreciate your time. I saw you at the airport a few weeks ago, and it was very nice.
Yeah, it's, that's another place where we've just seen a lot of incredible investment and trying to help passengers, both Nashvillians heading to points far away, and the people who are coming to visit, to whether they're enjoying a Titans game or something else about our incredible city. So we just spend some time every day trying to make everything a little bit better and easier for folks.
Mayor, I do have one more for you. Obviously, there's a lot of discussion with the Nashville Fairgrounds and the Speedway, and it's a place that's very near and dear to my heart and a lot of Nashvillians. I know there has, in the previous administration, there was a kind of an agreement in place about Bristol Motor Speedway doing some things, but obviously nothing has really moved on that. Now that you've taken over and you've had some time to talk with people, where are we on the fairgrounds, and what is kind of your vision moving forward?
Yeah, nothing definitive there. We're going to be over there this weekend for Family Racing Day. I grew up with the sounds of the Speedway audible from our house, and I've always just kind of enjoyed it, including as a fairgrounds. Went to the State Fair many times when it was still over there. Still enjoy the Nashville Fair and enjoy all the things I've seen on the Speedway, from concerts to tractor pulls to racing. So we'll be over there this weekend. Nothing definitive yet. We continue to have a lot of conversations with people who brought us ideas about possible uses. The Bristol folks are very engaged in what, they still have some interest in it. I will say Nashville SC has a lot of energy and enthusiasm for what they're doing. They're about to cut the ribbon on some of the new housing that's been built over there. They've got some more plans for some of the area. And then, we continue to just work very closely with our great fairground staff and the fair board over there. But mostly right now, we're focused on the city's priorities. And that's kind of what we said to everybody. We knew this year we had to get the East Bank jump started. We knew we had an urgent conversation to have about transportation and infrastructure. So we're focused on that. And we'll probably look out to the rest of the term to get to maybe something definitive about the future of the fairgrounds.
That's encouraging, Mr. Mayor. You know the history of that Speedway. You know the people that are passionate about that Speedway. There's a lot of us who love that Speedway. So, Mr. Mayor, it's encouraging to hear that it's still ongoing. There's nothing been decided yet. So to hear that is really good.
Yeah, and we want to get this right for the next generation of Nashvillians, for the community around it. And, I'll say it this way. I mean, I've always enjoyed the idea that there can be multiple uses out there, from the Expo Center, where we've gone to enjoy everything from Christmas Village to, Lego brick conferences. And, it's just really kind of amazing to do that, to continue to have an actual fair use, to being able to go to soccer games, and yes, to be able to go to races. So I think there's enough land out there. There's enough energy and enthusiasm about that. I mean, that's another great site that we have also continued as a city to try to focus on access to. And just like the Titans have been great partners as we get ready for this season, and some new ideas about trying to make it easier to get to and from Nissan Stadium, we've been working very closely with Nashville SC, and they've provided fare-free transit to all their home games this season and last, and it's been a good one. It's been a good opportunity.
Well, Mr. Mayor, we appreciate your time today. I know you're very busy and a lot of stuff going on in our city. It's very, very exciting, but thanks so much for doing this, and we hope to talk to you down the road.
Yeah, great to be with you guys today. Have a great day.
You too. Mayor Freddie O'Connell joining us here on the show. And look, we got some texts on our text line about, I hope we covered most of the things you wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And, people were asking about the fairgrounds. If you've listened to this show or listened to me long enough, you knew I was going to bring it up.
Yeah.
So-
I completely didn't even think about it. I just totally, because it's always like, there's always nothing new. It's there. It's nothing new. And so it's encouraging to hear that, look, he had priority first of getting the East Bank going. And now, we'll look into all that. So that's again, I said it 7 times, but it is. I think it is encouraging.
Yeah.
Because it's not a no.
It's not a no. And I hope we can get there sooner rather than later. If you have some reaction to that and Titans practice going on, I think they're going to end a little bit earlier today than they have been.
How'd you find that out?
I got sources, but we will talk about that and much more. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game here on this Thursday at Titans training camp. There's a bunch of fans out here as the Titans are practicing, getting ready for their first preseason game this weekend against the San Francisco 49ers. Appreciate Mayor Freddie O'Connell for joining us on the show and
That's the
talking about
second
parking. And
mayor we've ever had on the show, I think.
that's the first. I'm trying to think if I've.
We had the Memphis mayor on one time.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh no, not mayor of Knox County. Oh, and the Memphis mayor. Yeah.
The mayor of Knox Strait. All right.
But I'm trying to
bad.
think. I think that's the first time I've interviewed a sitting Nashville mayor.
Didn't you do Richard Fulton one time or Beverly Briley?
It was Beverly Briley. It was after a function.
Yeah, you did Beverly Briley for ABC News back in 1963
Yeah,
after
that's
the
what it
city
was.
got incorporated.
That's what it was.
Oh, we got some suits walking through. Be cool. Be cool.
Yeah, we do. Everybody be cool. Be cool. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. How you doing, gentlemen?
Yeah. Oh God, he's a state legislator, and I can't.
So he's important.
Well, it's great. The security guard knows my name, but of course he doesn't. Is that? I'm not going to say who it is because I'm not 100% sure. But
Show him your scroll.
Okay. Yeah, I have no
It's
idea.
very
He looks
important.
familiar.
It's a very important man.
Okay. Well, you're a very important man.
No, not to most people.
To some. To some, for sure. I do think, though, he might have slipped a little something there about WrestleMania.
Oh, do tell.
I
Chase
mean,
McCabe.
I know. Look, it's been discussed, and there's been rumors in the wrestling world that it is going to come here when the new stadium's complete. The WWE has always prided itself on being the first event in a new stadium, of having WrestleMania be the first event. So
Smart.
it wouldn't shock me at all, but that would be huge. And for a wrestling fan like myself, it would definitely be exciting to have Mania here.
You know it's going to happen. It's guaranteed money. It's a guaranteed sellout. It's a good way to see how the facilities are running and being done, and so good for them.
Well, it's good for it's not only good for the new Nissan Stadium, it's good for the whole city because they come in and take over for the whole week. So, like Bridgestone Arena would host 3 or 4 events that weekend, and then the 2 nights of WrestleMania would be at new Nissan Stadium.
How do you say no to that?
Right.
He's a very smart man. He's not saying no to that. So that would be in like late July.
No, WrestleMania is in usually mid-April, but possibly late May or early May.
So they could for
SummerSlam's July.
So if the stadium's like, hey, we need May 15th, I mean, could they push WrestleMania back a tad?
Potentially, because WWE has actually talked about moving it from its traditional April into May.
Okay.
Because they're doing so many stadium shows. Like, for instance, they were in Philadelphia, and it was like mid-April. And the first night of WrestleMania, it was like 50 degrees. So it was really cold. And so, you think about for the performers going out there to wrestle, and it's cold. That's not a lot of fun. Rain and all that stuff. So
Right.
Now, obviously, that won't be an issue with this stadium, but
yeah, well, it's good. I mean,
certainly
that's
something to think about.
Book it and let's have it and move with it. It'd be great, man.
Yeah, 100%. We'll have more on the Titans training camp. Jack Gibbons scheduled to join us when practice is over, and it might be a little sooner than it usually is. But obviously, they have a game this week, so they might throttle things back a tad. But we look forward to having him on the show. We'll discuss that and much more coming up on the Chasing Big Joe show. Again, we're live out here at Titans training camp. Dr. Crane is back at the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. I'm going to be honest with you for a second. I was sitting here going like, why is he playing all these TV themes? And then I go, oh, wait, it's Thursday. That's why.
Come on,
I'm thrown off. I'm used to being at the Omni.
We'll be there tomorrow.
We will. We'll be there tomorrow. But out at Titans training camp today is practice underway, doing a team period. And a lot of people out here, so it's kind of hard for us to see. But good crowd for sure.
But they're walking down, so it looks like they're moving the offense, moving the ball because the chains are moving down.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So that's definitely what you want to see. I think it's the first team offense.
It is not.
No.
Because I see Levis standing behind the huddle over there.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. Jack Gibbons scheduled to join us after practice.
Guys still raving about Will Levis. I mean, the team, I'm sure there's not an email sent out from Amy Adams. Hey, here's talking points on Will Levis. But guys are organic in their praise for Will Levis as far as leadership and command and everything else. And that's what you want to hear, man. What you don't want to hear is, he's doing okay or all that other stuff. I mean, it's these guys like that. So you want to hear that from your quarterback, and that's a good thing.
What do you want to see Saturday? It's the first preseason game. Not a lot of expectation, but what do you want to see?
I'd like to see the offense come in for 2 series and just play football. 2 series. If they go 3 and out, that's fine. Just play some football, 2 series, and then go. That's it. And move the ball. That's great. That's fine. But I expect nothing from Saturday. But here's the deal. Defensive-wise, I'm expecting a lot. Because there's a lot of guys in the defense that are fighting for positions. So I think we'll see a lot of hustle on that side of the football against the 49ers.
I want to see Dylan Radence and Nicholas Petit-Frere play the whole first half.
Oh,
I'm fine. The left side, you put the left side in for a couple of series, whatever, Cushenberry. But those guys fighting for right guard and right tackle, they need to play. So I want to see them play the first half.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I can see that. I like to see T'Andre Sweat play the first half too.
Yeah. I'd like to see that. I'm always curious in the backup quarterback just to kind of see how they, I know Mason Rudolph obviously from the Steelers and Oklahoma State, but want to see how he performs. And, Willis is always going to be of an intrigue. I'm curious how much they use the 2 running backs. I'm going to guess not a lot. And so that's going to give an opportunity for Hassan Haskins and Chestnut and Jabari Small, because they're going to need more than the 2 running backs. So that's an intriguing battle to kind of see that. I
want to see the first teams do everything to begin the game. First team offense, first team defense, and then get them out of there. I'm looking for, is it Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday? Seahawks are here.
Wednesday, Thursday.
That's what I'm looking for. And I think in the back of Brian Callahan's mind is like, all right, let's get to this game, work some things out, let's have some experiments and this and that. And then when the Seahawks get here, all pros. It's always a lot of fun to watch that. So next Wednesday and Thursday will be great to watch things going. A lot of teams now, scrimmaging wise, which we did this a little bit when I played, but more teams are doing it. You run 10 plays offense, 10 plays defense, 10 plays offense, 10 plays defense. And it doesn't matter if you have 3rd and 38 or whatever.
You're going to run the play.
10 plays and 10 plays. And so that's a lot of fun. So I'm not sure. Look, by the second half, Saturday night, it's going to be so – boring as we put it. But for us here, we're invested in this football team. We want to see them do well. And it'll be fun to watch and see who's the second team linebacker, because we'll manifest over that for 48 hours.
If you were Brian Callahan, how much would you play Treylon Burks?
Quite a bit.
Me too.
Quite a bit.
And you know what? Don't give me into this, well, what if he gets hurt? No. Not trying to be a jerk, not trying to make a joke. To this point, he's gotten hurt, but you can't live in that fear. So they need to put him out there. He needs to play. He needs to get all these reps, because if DeAndre Hopkins is going to miss the first couple weeks of the season, even though Old Reliable is NWI, I want it to be Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks needs to be the one taking that spot.
I totally agree. So I do look forward to that. So we'll react like, oh my God, this and that, and but guys are fighting for positions, and that's what it should be about. And I'll watch for that part of it because it's stuff we talk about all the time. But been through many of these preseason games and preseason practices, and only thing about this year, Chase, is different than years past. Years past on the 53-man roster, they knew probably 51 of these spots. This year, I bet there's probably a good 10 or 12 spots they don't know. And I'm talking second teamers and things that go on beyond the first team, which makes this really, really intriguing.
Yeah, 100%. So those will be. What are some things that you all are looking for in the preseason game? I mean, the first one is always fun for a few minutes because you haven't seen a football game and a pro football game since February. And so everybody's excited about that. So, I know that people are going to be excited to see these guys suit up and play, but what are some specific things that you all are looking for? 615-737-1025, our phone and text line,
who's that?
driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. I don't know. I'm going to stand up. And
Ridley.
Look. Is that Ridley?
Holy hell. He put a move on two dudes. Wow.
Ridley's been fun. Been fun to watch.
They can't cover him.
No.
I mean, he's open. For those in Radio Land, we're telling you, Calvin Ridley's open almost every single time. And there's sometimes they've double teamed him, like that right there. He broke both coverages and was wide open, and Levis hit him right in the chest. That's going to be fun to watch. I mean, that's something this team hasn't had. Chase, maybe never.
Yeah.
A true, powerful number one receiver.
I am curious of something. So this is the first team offense. Looks to be against the first team defense, except there's a big part of the first team defense that's not out there right now. He wears 98.
Where is he?
He's right there on the sideline. Jeffrey Simmons.
That's odd.
So I don't quite get that. Big Sweat's in there.
He is. Back and forth to the huddle. That is why Simmons not in there.
Yeah. I don't know.
I see some other big dudes in there.
I mean, Landry's not in there either. So
I just find that very confusing to do all that. But
yeah, and look, we've been over here, not over there, so we might have missed something that didn't see. But watching the offense right now march down the field.
Pollard's been in this
fun.
entire drive too.
Yeah.
As running back. Do play-by-play, Chase?
I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
No.
Is that a handoff?
That's a play I hate. I
What?
hate stretch plays because what it does stretches you right to the sideline.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of those.
But if
I'm
you're
not
running,
a fan of east to west. I'm a fan of north to south.
But it depends on what scenario they're running. If this is like the 4-minute, you're probably doing that to save some time.
Well, I'm throwing the ball. They got 0 yards. In
2
fact, they
minute,
might
you're
have lost
throwing the
yards.
ball. 4-minute, you can still work in the run.
But what'd you get out of that? When you drew that up, that's
Well, you didn't get much out of it, but I'm trying to tell you why they're probably doing it.
I'm telling you why they shouldn't do it.
Okay, you want to fight? Let's go.
You just stretch the defense out. You don't find a hole.
I needed to stretch, so I'm glad we stood up.
You got linebackers who crash that hole so quickly when they read that. That's the thing about the RPO now. I will tell you this, is that it came in, it was confusing. A lot of linebackers, things are going on. Now what's
there you go.
Nice. Now what's happened now is these safeties are crashing down hard.
Yeah.
And the linebackers are continuing their watching their guys, but the safeties are crashing hard, popping that gap, and then nailing the running backs like we saw right there, which is really good.
You know what would be fun? If they had somewhere like, at this facility, there's like the porch upstairs, Mike Keith set up, and Mike Keith does play-by-play over the loudspeakers for everybody.
That'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
You'd be like during the radio show, like, shut up.
Be like,
to do all that.
snap, set, kick, good.
I'm telling you now, if you are a kid playing football and you want a position to go for, if you don't want to play wide receiver, go for safety because they're letting safeties come down and just knock the fire out of people, have free will a lot of times on this defense, and run around. Your responsibilities aren't as great as the interior linemen are or as the linebackers. You get a lot of fun. These safeties in the National Football League are having a blast because they get the cover, they get the hit, they get the run. It's like with a middle linebacker, that position used to be in the 80s and early 90s, and now it's kind of morphed into that line. That's why I like Jamal Adams. I think it's a great signing, Chase, because Jamal Adams knows how to play safety and linebacker. Now it's a kind of combination of both. He just drops down and knocks your block off, which I love. I love hitting in football. I love it.
I know you do. It's a part of it for sure. Jack Gibbons scheduled to join us when practice is done. Looking forward to that. We'll have much more coming in hour number 2. It is the Chase and Big Joe Show presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 1025 106th Street. The Game. Hour number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, The Game here on this Thursday. We're live at Titans training camp at Ascension St. Thomas Sports Park as they're wrapping up practice. And we'll have Jack Gibbons join us after practice. So really looking forward to that. Wes in Clarksville, when talking about, how much should the starters play, new players, new playbook, I'd play starters 2 full quarters each game, let them play first and third quarter. I mean, look, they're going to be consistent. So, I mean, I understand why you say the third quarter, because I do like that. Like in, I guess, the second preseason game, you have them go through the first half and then go into halftime and come back out, kind of go through that whole routine. I would like that, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do that. We know the starters are going to play some on Saturday, but how much, we don't know.
Yeah, the blueprint used to be first preseason game, about half the quarter, second preseason game, first quarter, third preseason game, first half into the first drive of the third quarter.
That's the dress rehearsal.
Fourth preseason game, nada.
No. Yeah.
That would then it all flip-flopped and everything else. And you'd always ask Fisher, what's going to play? Well, you'll see when you see. And Munchak was kind of like, hey, we're going to play. It was this different vibe for different coaches. Munchak was like, we're going to play a lot of guys. Starters are going to play and feel it. Wizard Hunt was the biggest ass about it. It's like, you'll know Saturday night when you see it. And he absolutely one year told us, why should I tell you? That's what he said.
He was just such a jerk.
He was.
All right. Andrew Dover has sent this twice now, and it is a good question. If y'all were given a choice to vote, Amy says we're taking a vote to stay as the Titans or go back to the Oilers. What would you vote for? Andrew from Dover.
Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
100%.
Here's why. Good question. Here's why. The Oilers, and I know this is going to be contradictory to some things, but just follow me on this. The Oilers' history, was predominantly in Houston. Now, the franchise owns the name, and they decided, and the NFL decided that they keep the name. They did not give it back to the city of Houston. And I understand there's a lot of controversy with that.
Right.
But I like being able to honor it, being able to, wear the uniforms every now and then, dust it off, and continue that legacy. But the Titans has built a legacy of the last 25 years in Nashville.
They went to the Super Bowl.
They went to the Super Bowl.
I mean,
so I would keep them as the Titans.
Absolutely. It's fun to drop back about the Oilers. I get all that, but this is Nashville's team. This is Nashville's football team. It is their new identity. When they changed it from the Oilers to the Titans, it became a new identity, and that's fine. And you remember the past, you honor the past. You honor the Warren Moons and the Elvin Buffets and all those, Bruce and Mike and all those who are in the Hall of Fame. That's fine, but this is a new path, and I think they all knew that. And I don't think, look, the Tennessee Oilers name was blah. It was like, no, nothing good. The Tennessee Titans was your own identity.
Correct.
And it's great to go back and wear those uniforms. We have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a dude from CBS, isn't it? Arch, what's your name?
Evan Washburn.
Yeah, hey, man. Good to see you, buddy. All right, man. Yeah.
That is Evan Washburn.
Yeah, handsome dude. That's why I was like, handsome guy. I love the hair.
I don't even know what to say now.
Joe, just walk up there and ask him, do you want my autograph?
Well, it's just random. It's just random. He's just walking by. I'm like, what are you?
I mean, he's out here checking out the team.
That's good.
He's probably Charles Davis is here.
I think Evan does a great. Oh, so they must be calling the game.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I like Evan Washburn does a good job. Remember, I think he does a good job.
That was
a good job. Sorry,
we just got a few texts on that.
Sorry.
Glenn says stay the Titans but use the Oilers colors.
Now that Glenn, smart man,
probably sign up for that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: don't do an exact carbon copy of the uniform. Do a modern version of the uniform.
Okay.
I hate look, I love the big block numbers. Keep those on the classic. Like, for instance, the Steelers. The Steelers changed the numbers, and they have the new number font, but they still bring back the classic uniform sometimes with the block numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you could do something similar to that. And I do like the dark blue, so I don't want to see the dark blue go away either. I think it's worth working in and using it some. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do, but I do wonder if the Titans are going to consider a new uniform soon. I mean, you see the Lions and the Jets and the Jags, and there are others that change all the time.
Yeah.
So, and the Titans have only changed really once in their history.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is there? And I'm asking this question: is there a clamoring for, now that we're kind of 25 years into this, for the Titans to wear a Titans throwback?
All that comes true.
I mean, you got the white helmet, so
I somebody had mentioned that Bud hated red.
Yeah,
I think maybe in an interview, Amy somewhere mentioned that her dad hated the red. But I'm telling you, man, when they came out, Chase, with those Oilers throwbacks last year, that first game that Levis played in, they were breathtaking.
Yeah,
they were absolutely breathtaking to see. They look beautiful, and so I think they're beautiful. I think if you could kind of create something between this new Titans uniform and those throwbacks, it'd be great, man.
Yeah,
it'd be great. And you talked about that with the helmets. If they came out with the black matted helmet with the with the light blue Oiler logo on the derrick on this, I'm gonna get out.
I mean, even the Titans logo would work on that too. I mean,
get out of here.
Ben asked the question: if you guys could create a custom jersey for the Titans, would you go a blackout or would you incorporate a red uniform? Honestly, I want to see both. Here's the thing: the NFL was stupid for a long time. They got stupid on something. And I get it. It was safety was behind it, but the fact that college never quit doing it made me think that it was a bunch of baloney. They were like, you can only have the one helmet.
Yeah.
And so you ruin throwback uniforms and you ruin all that stuff. And then they decided, you know what? Bless you. You can have 2 helmets. Well, now they've gone to 3. You can get a third helmet.
Right.
Because they realize, guess what happens when you do all these different special uniforms? People buy them.
Yeah.
You make money.
You make a lot of money on that.
And so they finally realized that. So if I'm the Titans, I would love to see the Oilers throwback in both the blue and the white. I would love to see a Titans throwback with the white helmet. I would love to see a black uniform. I would love to see a red uniform. I mean, there's all. Are you all right?
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
Like somebody got attacked.
I apologize. I am so sorry about that. I get allergies that decided to kick up at 10:02. I'm so sorry.
I hope you're okay.
No, I'm with you. That's why the NFL, just run by these old men who didn't know how to have fun and do one thing, and the fans and I think they saw the college. I think they saw Major League Baseball and the different uniforms and how much fun people are having with that. And people, I've told you this from day one, Chase, when I came back, people love nostalgia. They love nostalgia. It makes them feel young again every single time. Why do we go see Aerosmith at Bridgestone? Why do we go see Journey? Why do we go see Def Leppard? Why do we love the classic Falcons helmets and the Patriots helmets? Why? Because it makes us feel young again. It makes us feel good. Same way with these older uniforms. They make us feel fantastic. Even though we don't play it down, we feel like we're out there with these guys. So I love it, man. I love any creation they could do. And if there was like the texter said, black or red, give me red every single time.
Ricky says, my ears, LOL. Robbie just texted me, I'm dying. Big Joe, are you okay?
your ears, what about my head? Exploded.
Like, what's that?
I'm so sorry.
Big Joe is okay. Don't worry. He is fine. But hopefully the allergies they just need to hold off just a little while longer.
Right. They decided to act up now. But no, I love this discussion. I love this thought because I think it's something that probably 95% of us agree on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if college teams can have 6 uniforms, which is not an exaggeration for some teams. Oregon. I mean, but then the NFL could do it too. I mean, you do throwbacks, you do kind of like the NBA's done it. The NBA's making money on it. Like they do the city, baseball's doing like the City Connect jerseys, which I think most of those are awful, but
yeah, they are.
But you do stuff like that. I mean, you can incorporate, like if you did a red jersey and you're incorporating the TriStar somehow, like you put the TriStar on the helmet. How cool would that look?
You better shut up, man. That'd be fantastic.
You could do something like that. So,
well, here's the thing. People don't know this. You can't copyright a logo, a state thing like this, the flag.
Yeah.
Can't copyright it. So you can use as much as you want.
Yeah.
And nobody can say, give me that. That's mine. No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't copyright
Well, and the Titans have used the TriStar, in the logos that they have. So a lot of different things you could do there. Practice is done. And by the way, I love this group here that is praying after practice. Always enjoy seeing that. But Jack Gibbons scheduled to join us here in just a few minutes. We'll have that and much more at Titans Camp 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game, back here at Titans Training Camp. they have wrapped up for the day. We're excited to be joined by Jack Gibbens, Titans linebacker, who is with us on the show. How was practice today?
It was good. It was good to get out there. Had a little shorter day today, kind of getting us ready for the game. So it was good to get out there and move around, and excited to play Saturday.
It's funny. We were telling you this as you sat down. We talked about you a lot yesterday because there were a couple of plays that you guys were doing team drills, and I would see you get right next to Levis and do a little chirping and all of that. I love that stuff, and seeing that out here. How fun is that to kind of move around and chirp a little bit at some of your teammates?
Yeah, we've been having super competitive practices, I feel like, that have gone back and forth. Offense makes some plays, defense makes some plays, which has been awesome. And it's just a really competitive environment. Everybody likes to talk, and, it's all fun and games out on the field.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. But it just makes the practice have a little bit more juice to it, feel more like a game. And I feel like we get the best work when we do that. So it's definitely fun to do.
Jack Gibbens is with us.
Oh, I was tweeting out her picture. I need Jack to do that. Listen, I've told Chase this a lot, Jack. I love your story because you're basically a walk-on in the National Football League. It's hard to walk on in high school. It's hard as hell to walk on in college, but to do it here, what drives you?
I mean, that's just kind of been my whole story since I was a kid, like growing up. Coming out of high school, I didn't really have like any offers. I had some D2 offers, got an FCS partial scholarship last minute, basically walked on there and had to go prove myself. And then same thing when I got here. So it's just kind of who I am. I'm just used to people kind of telling me what I can't do and just put my head down and go to work. And I feel like the biggest thing is just being yourself, not trying to be something else, not trying to prove it to anybody, but just show up and be the best version of yourself every day. And everything kind of takes care of itself from there.
You left Abilene Christian and went to Minnesota. I mean, that's like night and day. Why go to Minnesota?
Yeah, I just went into the transfer portal because I felt like I'd kind of accomplished everything I wanted at ACU, and I had a dream to play big-time college football. So I put my name in the portal and wanted to go play at a Power 5 school, have that experience. That's what I grew up wanting to do. Even like that, before even the NFL dream, it was like go play on a big college stage.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go do that, and Minnesota came in and gave me an opportunity to play. I felt like it was a good fit for me. The Big Ten fit my play style, and so I just jumped on it as soon as they offered me.
That's fantastic. So you come here as an undrafted guy, right?
Yeah.
Vrabel called you, John Robinson?
It was mostly Monty Austinford. I was talking with pre-draft a little bit, and then my agent called me, I guess, on draft day saying that they had worked out something. So.
And then you come here, and then I know you feel like you still have things to prove, even though you're on the team, and you were second to team in tackles last year, and you've done a great job. You still got that chip on your shoulder?
Yeah, definitely. And like I said before, it's not about proving it to somebody else. It's about proving it to myself. I see myself in a certain way, and I know what type of player I think I can be. And so I'm trying to go out there and prove that every day and prove that and be that guy for my teammates. Because if I could be the guy that I want to be, then we're going to have a great defense and a great team. So that's all I'm trying to do.
Talking with Jack Gibbens here on the Chase and Big Joe show. And that kind of led me into my question of, has things slowed down for you a little bit of kind of knowing how the NFL works and having your spot on this team? And now have you kind of moved into as some of these young guys that maybe were in the same position you were have come in, you can mentor them a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. When you come in as a rookie, especially an undrafted guy, but as a rookie in general, there's so much going on outside of football, trying to figure everything out. You're counting numbers. How am I going to make this team? Doing all this. You're so stressed out. All this, almost the last thing on your mind is football. And it's really hard to play good football like that. And so I kind of settled into that environment about middle of my rookie year, I feel like, and started to get comfortable. Definitely got a lot more comfortable last year. Kind of just being in a different role, and then now really feel like I can be myself and really kind of be the guy that I'm used to being on other teams that I've been on. So it's definitely that comfort level is coming up, and that's what I talk about to the rookies all the time. Is telling them, like, it's just football, man. Like, there's a ton of stuff going on outside of the grass, outside the lines. But like when you walk out there, it's just the same football you always played. So the quicker you can figure that out, the better you're going to be.
Yeah, and we were talking about chirping and things earlier. Your new DC, Denard Wilson. I mean, he's fiery. He's kind of got some of that. What's that been like being around him?
Yeah, Denard, my linebacker coach, Frank Bush, all these guys, they bring the juice every day, and they like to talk too. So it definitely emboldens us to go ahead and be ourselves. And that's what credit to Coach Callie too. That's like one of the first things he said when he came in is he wants everyone to be their self, let their personality show. And so I feel like that lets guys just really relax and be themselves. And when you're playing loose and aggressive like that on the field, you play way better. So definitely a testament to our coaching staff for giving guys the freedom to go be themselves.
We were talking to the Middle Tennessee State football coach on Tuesday about how important practice is, because today with your phones and social media and the fans and all that, once you leave here, it's chaotic. but on that practice field, he's got you, but in a good way. How much do you enjoy being out there and putting all the distractions away, and it's just football?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's like what we grew up doing and going in the backyard and to get away from whatever you're trying to do, go play football. And it's the same thing. I mean, it's still a kid's game, and just come out here every day, run around, like leave everything behind. Like everybody's got stuff going on at home, but when you walk out there, man, it's just football. You're just playing a game with your friends, and there's nothing better than that.
What was your welcome to the NFL moment when you realized, here I am? Was it a hit? Was it putting the helmet on? Was it traveling? What was the moment for you?
I mean, in a bad way, I guess the first play of my first preseason game, I got knocked out by a pulling lineman, and then after that, I was like, all right, like we're here, might as well go play. I went on to have a good game, but I think I made like 10 tackles in that game. But the very first play I got in there, I was all juiced up, and I come out there and got laid out. So that was definitely the first like, whoa, all right, like you better bring it. The Ravens, yeah.
The Ravens,
yeah.
Yeah. But now you know to watch out for the pulling guard is coming at you that way.
Yeah, you just got to, it's pro football. Everybody's good. You get got sometimes. You just got to go back and get them. It's all right.
What's your favorite moment so far?
I would say probably that Miami win that we had.
Yeah.
Everyone counted us out. We were super banged up, and no one thought we could win going in there. And then 5 minutes left, no people leaving the stands and everything, and then to come back and beat them on Monday night, that was probably the best moment we've had so far, I think, since I've been here.
We've talked about that. We were there. And so we go into the room next to the locker room. Vrabel's doing his press conference, and we can barely hear Vrabel because you guys are, screaming and hollering and everything. That was cool. That was really cool.
No doubt. Yeah, that was an awesome night. Definitely something you'll always remember.
There's been a lot of change with this organization over the past year, and I know that Mike meant a lot to you, gave you an opportunity, gave you the nickname Dr. Gibby, all those things. So having played the position, how much were you able to take away from Mike Vrabel and his time here and then use it now as you move into this new coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, that last coaching staff, Coach Vrabel, all the way down with Shane and Bobby and all those guys, I mean, I owe so much to them. I definitely appreciate them. They know so much football. They were such great mentors. I definitely learned so much from them. Just helped me grow up, turn into an NFL pro, like really gave me an opportunity to show what I could do when a lot of people didn't want to do that. So I can't say thank you enough to those guys and appreciate what they did. And then just with the new coaching staff coming in here, it's just kind of like when I got to Abilene Christian, and then when I go to Minnesota, and then when I get here, it's like every time you get around new people, everybody sees the game differently. And so you just get different perspectives, and you can just learn so much more football if you're willing to soak all that in and then take piece from here, kind of put it all together into this whole puzzle that you're trying to build in your mind of like your football knowledge. It's like everybody sees the game differently. So the more people you can get around, especially smart people that work at this level, you just learn the game that much better.
I am fascinated by journeys and destinations with people. You left Texas. I guess you hopped in a car, drove to Minnesota, by yourself?
Yeah. It was during COVID when I went in the portal, so I couldn't visit or anything. It was January. I went up there to start the spring semester, so I just hopped in my truck, got on I-35, and drove for 24 hours. And showed up. It was snow all over the ground. I'd never lived anywhere but Texas, and it's dead of winter in Minnesota. It was kind of a culture shock for me for sure, but we got settled in a little bit, but it was definitely different getting up there.
But you knew what you needed to do, right?
Yeah. When I came in, I knew that definitely nothing was going to be handed to me, but I was going to have an opportunity to compete for a starting position, and that's all I could ask for. So I came in there and tried to just, like I said before, when I got here, same thing, just be the best version of myself every day, keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and kind of let things fall how they may, I guess.
What's it like lining up middle linebacker and there's Tua and there's, all these great quarterbacks 4 feet from you or 4 yards from you, and your job is to wreck their world? I mean, I am so jealous of you. I can't say, it's got to be great. You got to be one of those moments like, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I said before, you think it's like going to be so different for you, but at the end of the day, it's just football. I remember I made my first start on Thursday night against the Cowboys, and I grew up a big Cowboys fan. So like, I was wondering how it was going to feel being out there. And we're out there like national anthem. I'm looking across at Dak and Zeke and all these guys I used to root for. And I was like, man, they're just guys. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm doing the same thing they're doing. And so once we stepped on that field, they're just bodies. They're just players out there. It's not somebody like you don't really recognize who that person is. It's just they're just people on the football field. You know?
Was that surreal though? I mean, it's a team that you love, and probably it's okay if you still love them. And
No, not anymore.
and there it is. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, what's happening here? It's got to be a very cool, surreal moment.
Yeah, definitely took a minute to take that in, but then, like I said, once that ball snap, it don't matter.
That's right.
Don't matter who they are. So you got to go play.
So Jack Gibbons is with us. I don't know how much you're going to play Saturday. What do you want to take away from Saturday? Whether it's just going through a game day routine or trying to get some work in, what helped you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know either how much I'm going to play, but I just prepare every game like I'm gonna start and play the whole game. That's how I did it when I was on the practice squad. That's how I did it all season. That's just how I approach it. So throughout the week, I'm preparing my body, preparing my mind to go play the whole game. And then if that's not the case, if I play 10 snaps, 100 snaps, 0 snaps, it's whatever it is, I'm going to prepare either way, just to, like you said, get that rep of preparing myself to play. And then whether the physical reps come or not, that's all right. But definitely get in there, and whenever I'm not on the field, support my teammates. Definitely help out the younger guys, cheer them on, and learn what I can from the plays that they get. So definitely excited for Saturday.
What do you love about Nashville? I mean, we claim you now.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
love about this town?
No, I mean, I've loved living in Nashville. I feel like this got to be a top 5 NFL city to live in for sure. Great weather, great people, really good golf city, which I'm a big golfer. So
Nice.
definitely been great. There's always something to do. Great food. I was surprised by that. How like great variety of food and restaurants there are here. I mean, I love living here. It's definitely been awesome.
Do you live close to the facility?
I live in the Nations. I lived in Germantown my first 2 years, and then just moved out to the Nations. So yeah,
You guys are so smart because traffic is you have no idea. Which
Yeah.
I'm glad you don't, because
Yeah.
you're busy over here, but traffic is unbearable. So it's cool. Like Tyler Boyd lives over in Germantown, and
yeah, it was a great spot living there for sure. 5 minutes from the facility,
Yeah.
you got great food, everything right there. It was fun.
now
living
you're
right
out
there.
close by Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
not
guys
too
are
far.
now you and Doc,
Neighbors.
Yeah,
Dr.
might see
Jack-
me walking my dog one day.
Yeah, there you go.
What kind of dog you got?
He's just a mutt. We adopted him from the shelter a little over a year ago, and he's just I mean,
He's got a name.
His name's Goose.
Goose.
Love
Nice.
it.
Love it. Absolutely. Well, hey, Jack, appreciate you coming over here after practice. Thanks so much. Good to talk to you, and best of luck this season.
Yeah, thanks guys. It was fun.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you,
it.
man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Jack
Thank you.
Gibbons joining us here on the program. We'll have much more coming here from Titans Training Camp, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
Thanks, guys.
turtles?
Where are the
Summer
turtles?
sausage.
Where are the turtles?
Come on, guys, get out of here.
Where are the turtles? Where are they?
Where are the turtles? Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106 through the game. We're live at Titans training camp. They are done for the day. Brian Callahan has addressed the media. Some of the players have been up there addressing the media. A couple of things that did come out from Brian Callahan's press conference. He says Jeff Simmons and Harold Landry are the only two Titans who won't play at all in the preseason opener on Saturday. The ones will start the game and play, quote, roughly a series or two. Joe Rexrode putting that out there. So that's pretty much kind of what we thought, that see him out there for a series or two and then let the twos and the threes get in there.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, at least I like the transparency from it. Here's what we're going to do. There's nothing to hide, nothing to see, and the guys are going to play, and that's it. And, you know, if I'm a guy fighting for position and I'm the second tier, I like that. It's like, all right, you know, I know I'm going to go in the game. I know what I need to do. It's the same old it's like Groundhog Day. Preseason's Groundhog Day every single year. But this year, as we talked about, it's a little different because there's a little bit more positions that are open for guys, and competition's healthy, man. It really is. So, again, we will overreact to what happens on Saturday night like we always do. And, you know, Levis could come out 4 for 4, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. Okay. It's annoying him. Get the contract ready. Or we could go 0 for 7, 2 interceptions. Like, God, I'm this Malik Willis. So we'll react and overreact to all that stuff too as well, which I love that we do that.
I know that Brian Callahan was complimentary of Jalen Harrell as kind of a edge rusher and depth edge rusher in on this team. And so that's a guy, you know, you talk about the guys that we love their story. Harrell might fall into that category.
Yeah, and I tell you, man, these undrafted guys, it's a lot of – when I worked –
I think he was a 7th round – he was like a 7th round pick out of Michigan, the linebacker.
Okay, well, there you go. But still, that's –
yeah,
the odds are really, you know, against you to make the team as a 7th rounder. But, again, I like the stories of the guys who fight through all the negativity, the adversity, and like, you're not going to make it, and then they make the team, and I love it.
Yeah, and look, I was just Willie was kind of giving us the – info on what Callahan said. I do think there are several opportunities for guys that may be going into training camp that we thought, they're probably just here for camp, that might actually make this team out of camp.
Shane Ray?
I mean, right now I would say Shane Ray is one of them as a depth piece.
He is. Can harness maybe why he was the number 1 pick back in 2015 and maybe parts that still left in the tank, which is fine. Something else that it's, you know, not being talked about, but remember last year Vrabel designated the line coach to be the head coach?
Yeah.
I forget the guy's name. Great line coach.
Sylvester Williams or no?
Is that it? That might have been it. Yes. And talked to him after that and said, how was it? He's like, oh, man.
No, it's not Sylvester Williams, but
you got to look at timeouts and personnel and down. I mean, you got to pay attention to everything. That's Brian Callahan on Saturday night.
Yeah.
That's Brian Callahan. I mean, this is terrible. Sorry. This is Brian Callahan's first time to do all that.
Yeah.
And so this is as much as a ready for his football team as it is for Brian Callahan. Now, it's good that his dad's there and he's got people around him that can tell him what to do and all this other good stuff. But at the end of the day, it's him. I mean, he's the one that makes the decision for all that goes on. So I'll be interested in watching him on Saturday as much as anybody else.
You know, it's funny you bring up his dad, and I am curious, and I think it'll be better to ask after, you know, a couple games. But what does he want from his dad other than coaching the offensive line? Like, how much advice are you looking for, or is it, hey, I need to do this on my own and learn and stuff like that? I'm wondering what that dynamic is like because, you know, you think about it before. Like he's putting his staff together and he's going, hey, it'd be great to have my dad here. He's one of the best offensive line coaches in the league. It'd be cool to have him here. Well, then there's probably aspects on both sides that neither one of them expected.
No, not at all. I wonder if there's something in the headphone where it's just him and his dad talk. Probably not, but like, hey, Brian, this is Dad. Good job on that. Or he's
Hey,
like,
buddy, I'm so proud of you.
He's like, hey, Dad, did we punt in the preseason or all things like that? I laugh because I go back to this episode of The Simpsons when Homer was a baby and he's talking to Grandpa Simpson as going to work. And I forget what the episode was, but he was Homer's like, Papa. And it just that simple, sweet voice. I wonder if Brian Callahan does it. Papa, tell me about the good old days.
Well, we had 3 practices a day, son.
And we never played.
Yeah.
We played 10 weeks into the season and we didn't eat or drink water. None of that stuff.
Yeah. None of that.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm curious of that. And I think Brian Callahan is going to learn a lot from this weekend. I mean, because he's going to be doing things he hasn't done for, before in his career.
Never thrown the challenge flag.
Right.
I mean, he's never had somebody, hey, let's wait for the review from upstairs. I mean, there's all these things he's got to go through, which is good. That's why we're talking to Coach Williams last year. He's like, I had no idea that you had to worry about that. No idea you had to worry about that. And remember, people blasted Vrabel for doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Blasted him. I'm like, good for him. Let the guys have a chance.
Here's the one I'm always curious about. So let's say offense is driving and they stall out at like the 35-yard line and it's 4th and 1.5. What do? You kick or you go for it? Now I know what you're going to want to say, but like as a head coach, you're going to be faced with those decisions.
Great point. It's a great point.
If it's a game, game on the line, playoffs on the line, something like that, are you going for it? Are you kicking? Obviously, it depends on where you are on the scoreboard, but that's where you kind of get the feel. And the one thing that we talked about with Vrabel, especially his first couple of years, is sometimes the player came out, and sometimes he kind of went for it on some situations where you were like, man, that's the player. The player's like, we got this, defense, like we'll take care of it. Whereas the smart decision might have been punt or take the points or something like that. So
what have you been saying about Brock Purdy all week? What he does in preseason?
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to see what can work. And so you're going to push it a little bit. I agree with you on that. So
I think in that moment though, and do you hate me for saying this? I go for the field goal.
Yeah,
I got to see my special teams guys.
Well, right.
There.
I mean,
got to see that.
That's another thing is like you brought Nick Folk back. You saw what he did last year, but I mean, does he have the same form? Stonehouse. Like I'm sure you want to see Stonehouse punt a couple times because you got to see how the leg feels. Like I don't know if he's playing or not. They may play the other guy, but that's actually a good question. I'm actually curious about that. Zettner might play Zettner, but. There's just a lot of those little things that you kind of want to see and want to be able to figure out. And, this is the first opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing with the new head coach. I mean, there's so much newness for him right there. That's why having his dad part of the staff is fantastic. So I'm sure they'll go through every situation, scenario today and tomorrow and Saturday before the game against the 49ers. But in that situation there, I got to see how everything flows. I got to see how we come out of the tunnel, how we exercise. I'm speaking as a head coach. As we exercise, how we warm up, how we break and go back into the huddle before the game, how we come out, how we get guys, how is the number 2 long snapper ready to go? I mean, there's all that. I know you got coaches you delegate, all those things too, but the head coach, that's your responsibility. So you want to make sure everything goes perfectly. And as they always say, in war, nothing goes according to plan. So are you able to adapt to all that? Are you able to adapt that on 10:38 on game day that I don't know, J.C. Latham can't go because of this or that or another play. I mean, there's all things that come up there. And so great coaches were able to adapt. Randy Cross, the great lineman, talked about Bill Walsh at the 49ers, how he was a great play caller, great leader, but he was able to adapt off the field to problems and everything else, which made him a great coach. So can he do it? We'll find out.
Yes, we will. 615-737-1025 out here at Titans training camp today as they are done for the day. Coming up next, what day is it? Celebrity birthdays. We will do that in the show with that. As we always do, it's the Chasing Big Joe show. live at Titans training camp. Tune in to 94.9 The Fan today as the Sounds take on Indianapolis. Pregame at 6:20, the first pitch at 6:35. Coverage also available on the 94.9 The Fan app and at 949thefan.com. Sounds Baseball is presented by Twin Peaks, Family Leisure, 5 Points Roofing, Cottle Vet Clinic, and Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Big Joe. So good. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Here on this Thursday, Titans training camp. We'll be back out here next week. The joint practices with the Seahawks a little bit later, so Derek and Willie will be out here as well. But first preseason game coming up Saturday at Nissan stadium, and really looking forward to that, and always having fun here on the show. Before we get to celebrity birthdays and what day is it, I would be remiss if we didn't bring up August 8th, the late great Floyd Reese, his birthday today, and we miss the GM every day. And for those of you that remember the Jared and the GM program, and even before that with Willie and George, and he was with our station for a long time, and obviously he and Jared became very close with their run on Jared and the GM, and it's hard to believe that later this month will be 3 years since Floyd passed away. And it's
time, man.
It's hard for me, not only because I was close to Floyd and got to work with Floyd, and he was a part of our family, but he and my dad actually passed away a month apart.
Wow.
And of the same thing, and so it's just it's always tough, but we miss the GM every day. And for those of you that listened to the Steve McNair special we did, to hear Floyd's voice again on that was pretty cool. But that's the one, I guess, thing that we have here is we have those recordings and can hear him and everything. And as more time passes by, that'll become more and more special. So thinking of Sally and the kids and everybody today on Floyd's birthday, and crack open a cold one for the GM.
Well said.
That is for sure. And with that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right, gentlemen, first thing on the list we have is Global Sleep Under the Stars Night. So go grab your sleeping bags.
Oh,
okay.
It's a way to start things off. International Cat Day.
Apparently, I need to go on a journey, so I need to do that.
Chase, you need to go on a journey.
Darkness Retreat?
I wanted to see Journey. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Something like that.
Somewhere.
The next one we have is International Cat Day.
Yes. Although the only person doesn't care about that, not person, cats.
Yeah.
They'd like for you to stay away.
Okay. Well, next one we have is National CBD Day. I guess that's for those that use it for medicinal.
Charlie Daniels Band, baby.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
CBD?
Yes.
Not CDB.
Wow. We only celebrate CDB around here, baby.
Okay. Well, the next one we have is National Dollar Day. Just going to continue on.
I need $1.
There you go. I always, say, can I hold $1 when someone gets $1 million contract? Because those things are worth a valuable.
Do you carry dollars, Dr. Crane? I bet you do.
I do. I have a safe 20 in hand.
Okay.
Just, you never know what you need. You go fill up your car, save 20. Also, National Frozen Custard Day. Big frozen custard guy.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. We also have National Mochi Day. I guess it's like a sweet treat. M-O-C.
Mochi?
Yeah.
Mochi? What is mochi?
I don't know. It looks like a giant marshmallow with some sort of fondue on the outside of it. I don't know. We also have
So
National.
it's pretty soft.
It looks like it. Yeah.
So it looks like Andre Dillard.
Sure. Sure.
Where's the laugh track on this?
I'm sorry.
Well, we're delayed, and that's the funniest part.
Yeah. I'm trying to time it
All
up.
right.
It's just a little difficult. We also have National Spam. We also have National Spam Musubi Day. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right.
Okay,
I don't know. National Whataburger Day is next. Gotta love that. And to
Like
wrap
that,
it all
okay.
up, we have 2 left. It's National Zucchini Day and Scottish Wildcat Day.
Okay, it's Scottish Wildcat.
Is that a football
That's what
play?
they call. That's what they called Joe back in college.
Is that a football play?
It can
Is
be.
that okay? All right, time for celebrity birthdays.
Real quick,
Yes, sir.
Koharski and Jim White putting this out. Caleb Farley out a few weeks with a hamstring, so
Oh,
that's not
man.
good. Hate to see that. And before you go to birthdays, you have your little score sheet here. Why does it look like you drew gravestones for
It is, isn't it?
for Nick and
Almost.
I?
Quarter of the one text Chase got. I'm gonna put down 19. What year were you born?
87.
87-2024.
I know, right?
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Our first birthday today, Dustin Hoffman, the great Academy Award-winning actor Dustin Hoffman. If you guys have never seen the movie Tootsies, you need.
Yeah.
It's not about the bar downtown. It's a great, great movie.
83.
87.
He's 87 exactly.
Oh,
Good
nice.
job, Dr. Crane. Well done. Actor Keith Carradine is up next. He's singing that song, I'm Easy. Oh, I'm Easy. I think that's him. He was also in Dexter.
73.
64.
75, 2-1. I might have been wrong about that. Deck the song, but who cares? Deborah Norville. She replaced Jane Pauley on to the
Yeah.
Day Show.
Well, doesn't she do Inside Edition now?
She does Inside Edition.
62.
68.
65. You guys pushed both sides of it. Well done. The Edge. Today's the Edge birthday.
You too.
No, mine's in October. The Edge.
70.
74.
63. You guys have aged him. I don't know who that is.
Lots aged me.
Oh, yeah. According to that text. God. Rest in peace, Chase McCabe.
Thank you.
Singer Shawn Mendes. Dr. Crane, you should get this one.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that's my cue in there.
Yeah.
Shawn Mendes, 35.
I was going to say 33.
26. Actress Connie Stevens.
58.
44.
86.
So,
Actor
thinking of the
Larry-
wrong Connie.
Actor Larry Wilcox. In Chips. He was not Ponch. He was the other one.
74.
Ooh, 67.
77. Little known fact. Sonny Crockett came down between him and Don Johnson. They took Don Johnson. Rapper Cool Mo D.
Cool Mo D, I'm going to say is 55.
52.
62. Singer Scott Stapp of Creed.
Oh, Joe Rexroad, his
How old
favorite.
is Scott Stapp?
45.
48.
51.
Oh,
Joe Rexroad would have gotten that one.
we would have.
Two losers couldn't get it. Now, Chase, get this one. Singer JC Chazé of NSYNC.
47.
50.
48. Good job. Tied 2-2. All right, let's go to sports birthdays. Bruce Matthews.
Bruce.
Today's Bruce Matthews' birthday.
57.
59.
63.
Is he really? Man.
Trev Alberts. He's the athletic director at Texas A&M.
59.
60.
54. We're tied at 2. Roger Federer. How old is he today?
45.
42.
43. Chase McCabe at the buzzer wins.
Hang
Well
on.
done,
Wait,
Chase.
I said 42. Wait, you said 43?
Wait, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Whoa.
I'm so worried about chasing that text you got. I don't
I'm
know what's
okay.
going on. All right, so it's 2-3. Let me do one more real quick. Howard Cross, former Alabama tight end, does play-by-play, some sort of play-by-play with the Giants, maybe a pregame show.
Yeah.
Howard Cross,
62.
67.
57. There we go. I screwed
right.
this.
Good
I think I
game.
screwed up Scott Stapp's birthday, too. I can't.
It's okay.
Again, I'm like Nathan Jessup and A Few Good Men. This damn heat is making me crazy.
It's all good.
Check on
Here.
your nasal cavities, Joe.
That's going to do it for us. We're at the Omni tomorrow.
Yes, we are. Hey, as we leave every show, Troy, guys out there, listen, if you need to talk to somebody, please on your cell phone, dial 988. Reach out to us. Reach out to anyone. Please talk to someone before you do anything. I implore you, please do that. Know that you are tremendously loved, that God has you on this earth for a specific purpose and journey that only you can fulfill, right? And know that we love you. If something happened, man, we would miss you so much. Know that we love you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. Willie and D. Mace coming up next. 102.5, 106.3, The Game.